Hello, Quar enjoyers. We're so back. After a few weeks, I promise I'm not dead. I was in Denmark, and then I was a little sick, and then some other stuff. So, previous thing we saw, this Crusader Orithil Squad Tractor, and then there's 3 more weeks of stuff that I have not looked at. The first of which being this Marin Home Diner. I mean, very nice. Got a little moth cake. Got a little trolley of moth cakes. Or cart, I suppose. And, yeah, as it says, there's a variant without the Crusader symbol, without the pin badge. So you can have a normal civilian model, or 4 multi-part arms, if you want, I guess, 2 different diners with the food carts. And a cart comes on and off the base. Personally, off the base probably looks better for me for like things on wheels, like, you know, like this. It's not like this is a base, but yeah. And then basically, as we saw previously with some of the Quar with glasses, this also has glasses, but they're like square, rectangular nerd glasses. No offense to anyone that has nerd glasses. Then working on terrain for next week, which is good because if we scroll up, we can see the terrain. This is from 29th of August, so 2 weeks ago. And then, but it did come out earlier. I did look at this previously, and I really like these. So, termite mounds, I mean, not sure what you've been smoking, but these do not look like termites. But I guess they're Quar termites. I mean, I guess they do a little. But obviously this isn't scaled to the Quar, but as it says, you can print them of whatever size you like. So, you know, if you want a Quar desert that has massive termite mounds, you can do that. If you want one that has very small termite mounds, you can do that. I think these are really nice. They also like coral, actually, from from like this kind of thing. Maybe you could, you know, if you're Quar, like not Marine Force, like Navy. And also these Gwent heads with the glasses as well. Love a bit of a spectacled Quar. But these are really nice. I've definitely seen some on the Reddit since that have like some dioramas or some things with like these termite mounds. And I do think they fit in. It makes sense for these to exist in Alwood because, you know, cheeky on the go snack. Stick your face in there. And then what we've got, which isn't the most recent, but is basically the most relevant, is we saw the artillery team, these guys, a few weeks ago. And we have the heavy artillery. This is excellent. So the crew with no bases makes sense. So you can put them on if you wish. All 5 can fit on this, which is very cool. Obviously, it has to be towed. But yeah, Gwent heavy towed artillery. So nice to see Gwent getting some love. And I just think it's very nice. I like how big the wheels are. It reminds me of there's some old, well, again, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. There are some old World War One cannons or artillery pieces like this that I've seen. Although it'd be missing, like, there's like a venting hole out the side, which I've seen around in the UK for sure. But does it have? I'm trying to work out what this is at the back. It might just be like a spoke for the wheel, but it might also be some mechanical component. Anyway, very nice. I'm not really sure how it would tilt up further than this. It looks like an artillery that's going to fire in like a straight line, more of a cannon. But yeah. And then the next thing, which is from yesterday, as of recording this, is apparently these were made for Varandin 28 to run a paint and take event. So, you know, you go, you get a free miniature, you paint it, and you keep it to get people into the hobby. So these are posed for easier painting. And then, you know, if you have if you subscribe to the Minifactory, my Minifactory page of the tribe, then you can print these and just give them away to get people into the hobby, but don't sell them. Or I personally will find you. But as you can see, there's a not a Crusader, the other one, a Royalist here, like a Koftiran, There is a person from flipping Gloam. There is a Crusader, a Fidwosian, perhaps. And is this Tolmor? What is this? Not sure. Either way, I like the way that you can see when they're all lined up quite how much smaller the people on the ones from Fidwog are. That's hilarious. So yeah, it's nice. I mean, you can see that the torsos are exposed, so you can just get your paint job down very easily. I guess bits that would be a bit difficult would be whether the weapon might be resting against the body, but yeah. I mean, obviously it's better than like having a weapon all across the body that you have to like lean in and touch and get into. I haven't checked the Discord recently, but as far as I'm aware, there's still no update on the next set of big releases. However, maybe there is. Maybe I'll be discussing it next week. Who knows? Either way, that's it for now. So, goodbye.